Alina, what's your pitch to a bond investor?
Sure. So we've been bullish Ukraine throughout the year, and the performance was great, probably even better than we thought. After just recent amazing performance in the market, we turned neutral. Just because of not because of lack of visibility, but it's just based on the previous performance, and we think the current valuations are good. Maybe not as good as they can be, but now the conviction became lower. I still think that the pension reform will be done. Probably it's more or less consensus. I think there are high chances still for the land reform, but there should be certain preconditions for that. I don't think it's impossible. Let's put it this way. I don't see it tomorrow, but I don't think it's impossible. Beyond the fifth tranche, we might get into delays. Ukraine surprised on the upsides many times, so there is a scope for that always. Like several months before the e-declarations, I could never imagine them. It's a big step forward. Privat, say a year before it happened, even months before it happened, it was very hard to imagine. So you see difficult decisions being taken. But the history teaches us that there is also scope for the downside. So that pinch of skepticism, always keeps investors watching what's happening on the ground. Announcements that the tariffs won't be increased, so on. So it's just, I think we in two areas we moved to a different different era. Ukraine done stabilization. That's great. Now it has to move to growth. Fixing monetary and fiscal policy, we saw it happening in other countries, including Russia. Right, both countries moved to inflation targeting, more prudent fiscal policy, and more Russia, less so Ukraine, stuck at structural, deeper reforms to generate growth. But that said, I'm as an economist, I have two hands on the one hand and on the other hand. But at the same time, I don't see reforms being stuck because of the pre-election period. If you think of it, right, what was the most painful things are done? Hryvnia adjustment done. Hike tariffs, four times hike is already done. Now there are 20% here, there. It's nothing compared to massive hike which was done 2 years ago. What's left to be done? Anti-corruption reform, is it unpopular? Not at all. People are waiting for someone to go to jail. This will you'll be a hero if they see some heads rolling. Privatization, it won't hurt. It will not hurt interests of people. Both these measures are now hurting the interests of business groups. People in power, so that's something that can be popular, but here you need political will. So I do not relate next push on reforms to necessarily election cycle, but we need to see the commitment from the top to deliver further steps required for the IMF to become more positive on the outlook.
Cool. So your market weight.